Hello everyone. In this particular video lecture we are going to see implementation part of the logistic regression model using Python programming language as well as Jupyter Editor notebook. So let's start with it. So in the previous lecture we have seen the theoretical aspect of logistic regression, how it works and what is sigmoid function is all about. So first we will start with the implementation part. Here before starting with the details, we will see that we need to import all the necessary libraries over here. So this import libraries like import matplotlib, .matplot, as plt, pandas has been imported, numpy has been imported. Then we need to load the data set. Now this particular data set which I have got from the internet, now this data set is social underscore net underscore class dot csv file, comma separated value file, and it has to be stored in C drive users where you are storing your .ipynb files. There you have to store this particular file. So this pd.read underscore csv, we have loaded the data set. Now it is loaded into a data frame. Now this data frame, let's try to see what is this data frame is about. So you can see here these are the parameters. User ID is there, gender is there, age, estimated salary, purchased. Now user ID cannot be a input feature. We can have gender, age, estimated salary. These can be our independent variables, whereas purchased is our dependent variable. So we have described in our last lecture that these are the independent variables, means the input parameters, or you can see these are the input features. So these features are fed to the logistic regression model. Then it has to predict whether that that particular person, on the basis of his age, his estimated salary, whether he is going to purchase a flat or not, whether he can purchase that particular land or flat or not. So if he is going to purchase, then it is represented by 1. If he is not going to purchase, it is represented by 0. So here they have given the three major input parameters, which are gender, age and estimated salary, right? So gender can be male, female. Age, as the age varies, the salary also varies, and based on that age and estimated, these we will consider in our implementation these two major parameters, that is age and estimated salary, as input parameters. Okay, so out of the data set which we have obtained, what we are going to do, we are going to extract our independent variables. So what are the independent variables? Here independent variables we have taken as age and estimated salary. So these are the input parameters. So it is stored in the variable x. So if you look at the shape of that particular data set, it is going to be 400, 2. Why 2? Because there are two input parameters and 400 number of records, 400 number of rows are there. Okay, now let's separate out the dependent variables. Dependent variables, here you can see these are y is equal to data frame purchased. Purchased, whether it is purchased or not. Not purchased is represented by 0. Whether the person is going to purchase it, if it is he is purchasing, it will be represented by 1. So here also you can see 0 to 399 records. 0 to 399 records, and purchased is represented by 1, not purchased is represented by 0. So now next step is, after obtaining the data set, after importing the libraries, after obtaining the data set, and after separating it into dependent variables as well as independent variables, let's start with the splitting the data between train and test. So what is this? Importing train, test and split. Train, test and split, it is basically for training, testing and splitting that data set. How much percentage you want it for training purpose, how much percentage you want for testing purpose. So from sklearn.model underscore selection, we are going to import that train, test, split. Okay, after that we are going to split it into train and test data set. So train, test, split, the one which we have imported. Okay, and from that we are what are the parameters we are going to pass? We are going to pass our independent variables, then y is the dependent variable or the output. Test size is going to be 0.25. So you can see here test wise is 0.25. So let's assume that if there are 100 records, then 25% is the testing size, 75% is the training size, and random state means randomly the data set will be splitted on 23 values. Okay, now if you look at try to look at the x test dot shape, what is the shape of that testing data set? So you can see here, out of 400 records it has taken 100 and two parameters, two input parameters, right? Age and estimated salary. Now if you look at this y underscore train dot shape, see, training is 75% and testing is 25%. So training is 75%, means out of 400 it will be 300 records, whereas testing is going to be 100. So what we have done here, we have splitted the data between train and test. Now after that we will try to build a logistic regression model. So how to build that logistic regression model? We have got this sklearn.linear model. We will import this logistic regression. Okay, now we will try to build a logistic regression model, that is model underscore LR. So we will try to fit x underscore train, y underscore train. See, fit is for training purpose, right? Fit is for training purpose. So we are going to pass x underscore train and y underscore train, right? So why we are giving y underscore train also? That is for learning purpose. But when we try to test, that time we will not pass y underscore test, right? Why? Because we need to predict something, right? So here this fit is for training purpose. We will give x underscore train and y underscore train. Then we will try to see what is the score, what is the accuracy rate of this particular model. So what is the accuracy rate of this particular model? It is 65%, 0.65, which is significantly less. So now in order to improve the performance of our model, we need to do the standard scaling mechanism. We need to apply that standard scaling mechanism to it. So what we will do, we will import this standard scaler. Okay, we will create the instance of it. Okay, we will scale it between the values 0 and 1. We will try to bring it on a common platform, right? So for bringing it on a common platform, so in order to improve the accuracy rate of our model, we will try to bring it on a common platform and then we will scale it. Okay, so SS with the instance which we have created of this standard scaler dot transform x train and x test. So if you look at this x train scaled values, so here you can see we have tried to get it on a common platform, right? After that we will try to train. Okay, so what is x train values? X train values are, you can see here, 300 records with 2 columns. What are those 2 columns? Age and estimated salary only. Okay, so 300 rows. Now after that we will try to calculate the Z score of this particular model. So you can arbitrarily take any xi value minus x underscore train, age is given, age dot mean of it, it is giving us 4.18. Okay, so that is a different story. We will see, we will have one more lecture on this Z score about what are these normalization techniques. So now we will just bring our focus back to our model, that is logistic regression. Now after this, if you look at this model underscore LR, that logistic regression model we are trying to build. Okay, we are trying to create get all the features of this logistic regression functionality, and we are going to pass here x underscore train underscore scaled, not x underscore train, because we have scaled it using scaling mechanism, right? And then we will try to train this model. Now after that we will try to predict on the basis of x underscore test underscore scaled. After that we will try to check the accuracy of this particular model. Accuracy of this model is going to be 0.83. 0.83 means 83%. See, now after scaling our model's accuracy rate has increased, so it is 83.83. Now let's have a checking of let's go ahead, let's play with the data, let's play with the things. X underscore test dot shape, what is that? X underscore test, okay, that is testing 25% out of 400 records, so it is going to be 100, 2. Now let's start with the matplot. Using matplotlib, we will try to visualize the things. So we will see what is the y prediction shape will be. That the values which we are going to predict are going to be 100. See again, here it is 25%. Now we will try to plot it, simply plot it on the basis of age as well as estimated salary. We are going to get somewhat like this kind of plots. Okay, these are mixed things, right? Whether we have not tried to estimate whether it has purchased or not. Now just we are playing with the data, right? So here you can see with the red color we have plotted on the X label age, and on the Y label it is estimated salary, which is the color of green. Now after this we will try to, again the same thing has been plotted. Okay, in case my matplotlib was not working, so in that case you can use this command %matplotlib inline, and after that we have tried to plot the things randomly. After that we will see y_test. Okay, y_test means we are testing, it is not training, right? So here it should be 100 records, and it has predicted from 01 01 01. Okay, once we have got this y_test, we will try to plot this. Y_test is for, means we are trying to get the answer whether it is going to predict or not, whether it is going to purchase that flat or not. After this, so you can see these are the predicted values. Y_test means predicted values. Now after this we will try to plot this. We are trying to make some judgments out of this data, that if you look, we have tried to visualize it by using plt.scatter x_test y_test is equal to 0, means it is he or she is not going to purchase on the basis of age, not going to purchase on the basis of estimated salary. That should be, those values or records should be colored with the color red. Okay, and the one where the person is going to purchase the flat, it is going to be represented by the color color blue, and it is represented by the value 1. Okay, and that has to be plotted. So X label is age and Y label is estimated salary. So here you can see, once the person, of course there are some outliers are there. So these are some outliers value, which you can say outliers means inappropriately prediction. So if you look at this, when we try to divide this, you can see that roughly we will be getting this kind of line. So here there will be blue, which are nothing but they are going to purchase the car, whereas purchase the flat, and whereas 0 means they are not going to purchase the flat, right? So here you can make out that if the person's age is after certain age, after having a certain amount of hike in the salary, like 1 lakh, from 80,000 to 1 lakh, you can see here the percentage is increasing, right? So here after certain age, after certain estimated salary, the person's likelihood of purchasing a flat is more. Okay, so here we have tried to visualize it through matplotlib visualization things. So again we had tried to visualize it the same thing. Okay, giving the same criteria, just the colors are different over here. And then we had tried to bring here alpha is equal to 0.5. Alpha is equal to 0.5 means transparency, right? So when you can see there are certain points where they are overlapping as well. Overlapping means the color is somewhat grayish, right? So here they are overlapping, grayish or some other color, means green is overlapping with blue. So here that transparency is observed through alpha is equal to 0.5. Thank you. This way we have tried to predict, we had tried to build the model using logistic regression, whether a person is going to purchase a flat or not. For more such videos on data science related things, interesting videos, please subscribe to my channel. I will keep on trying loading some interesting data science related videos. Thank you.